So hello and welcome. So today we are going to do the web application attacks or the application attacks, which are the one of the most important things that are going to be helpful or going to be needed for the purpose of any other thing other than pen test. You can do anything in pen testing, but this is the most important thing. Okay, so why this is the most important thing? Because this particular factor is going to use in the bug bounty factor also. So if you don't do if you went to a go to a company or something like that, but if you go to a company, even though if you are a freelancer or something, you will going to need, or if you are a bug bounty hunter, you are going to need this type of technologies or understandings to do. Today we are going to do simple research on two other things other than this thing called OWASP top 10. Let's just talk about it. OWASP is open web app security program or something like that, but yeah, this is kind of like that. I don't know the real name. Yeah, open web application security project. Okay, so what is OWASP? Basically, you can say that in web application it has to be a fault in order to be hacked, right? So that's directly not fault by written purpose. Okay, if you are even if you write some code, okay, they need to be somehow, you write some code, but if you haven't think of it like this perspective, that this can also work on it, or this can be hacked like this, we can they can actually detect a lot of things with this. So this is the particular thing which we called as the vulnerabilities, the faults. So the OWASP decided that we can rank these faults on the basis of how much harm this can do. So in the OWASP org top 10, if you go to it, you will see that there is this. If I get a little longer, you can see there is this particular thing. Sorry, I have a little cough. This particular thing called top 10 of 2021. It's 2021's data, but you can get the idea of a lot of things, okay, with it. There are 2023 also, but here is the thing, like if you can see right here, there is 10 vulnerabilities which are the most leveraging in current tech world, which is the broken access control. Basically one kind of already insecure unauthorized data access, and then blocking the authorized data access is what we call the broken access control. Cryptographic failures, basically if you don't have a good cryptographic structure when you are doing a kind of security application, building it, and if you are not storing it into the SHA 256 or better hashing algorithm, and it can be easily hacked or cracked. That is how the cryptographic failure happens, or mostly you can say it like sensitive data leaks. You often heard about the data leaks term. So this is one kind of thing which we call the cryptographic failures. Then come the injection attack. Injection attack basically happens a lot of types. Okay, injection attack has a lot of types, which are basically, what can I say, it's more like already it has a value, and you are injecting a kind of malicious code which going to detect or harm the system, get the output which you want, or it can actually be a vulnerability that is called the injection attacks. Strange enough, this thing we find rare times, yet one of the most deadliest attacks can be. Okay, injection attacks means SQL injection, no SQL injection, XSS, a lot of things. Okay, Then comes the insecure design. I surely don't know about it. Let's just read about it, okay, a little bit. Insecure design is a new category for 2021 with a focus on risk related to design flaws. Okay, if we genuinely want to move left as an industry, we need more threat modeling, secure design patterns and principles, and reference architectures. And insecure design cannot be fixed by perfect implementation by their definition. Need security controls were never created to defend against specific attacks. Maybe it's kind of a design related attack. I really didn't know about it. It's really new. Then comes the security misconfiguration, or you can say it as a again, it's more of like an injection attack, but it's different. Then comes the vulnerable and outdated components. More like, you are using till date the old version of something. Okay, so it can be hackable. So they hack it, and this is a serious issue because it happens. Okay, I have an call right there, so it's just, I'm going to just silent it. Sorry for that. Yeah. And then comes the identification on authentication failures. It's also similar, like you don't use the two-step authentication system or something like that. These are actually very much the issue. Then also comes the insecure deserialization or the software and integrity failures. This thing is actually plays a little bit of role. It's actually a little bit used in the privilege escalation type of systems. It can be done by exploit. I hope I have used this. I was creating a software, not a it was a kind of script to stop this kind of particular application or to detect insecure deserialization. I did it on the Django server. I guess I really don't know or remember it, but yeah, it's also important attack. I'm going to show not today, but someday I'm definitely going to show you. Not in the course, obviously. It was not in the course. So after the course ended, I'm definitely going to make normal videos on it. It's just normal videos, but it was kind of a course videos. So I'm going to make these course videos, and after that I'm going to show or represent various type of other courses. I'm going to show you there. And these are all the server side secure request forgery. It's also important attack. Maybe it was in the course, maybe. So yeah, this is what we call the OWASP top 10 hackable vulnerabilities which exist in the current world. Okay, and have to know about it. Important. Then comes the application exploits, and there are injection attacks. Which was the injection attack? Injection attack is in the third one, and it was the first one in the 2017. So it's an important attack. Okay, in the injection attack, there is inserting additional data into an application beyond what is expected. Basically, if you have already a data and you are putting extra malicious additional data to get data anyway, okay? So that is the thing what we call the injection attack. SQL injection is the you can say the granddaddy of any injection attack. Adding specially crafted SQL input to extract or modify data or execute commands. SQL is one kind of the most important injection attack that can ever happen. Then comes the HTML injection. It's just adding the HTML code. Basically, the injection attack means adding some code. So SQL injection attack means SQL code which is being added to that added as an input, injecting as an input. HTML attack means inputting the HTML on that field. So when one of my friends is building a particular application, and he encountered this in a HTML code, which can be easily solved by putting that particular input as an string. If you don't do it, basically this is the whole key idea to solve this. If you don't stringify that particular input, what is going to happen, the if you didn't do it, this particular injection attack will going to occur, and a attacker can hack into a system or otherwise log in as an administrator too. I'm going to give you a lab demo on it. Okay, then comes the command execution, also a pretty good line of code, and it is also very popular in the 2017, I guess it was there. It didn't there, but I think it was pretty common. It's like more of adding a CMD command on a website or on a form or something like that, on a URL, and the CMD command works. It's a really good attack, you can say. Like, you can write a payload in PHP and it works right there. Really a good kind of injection. And then the code injection, it's basically generalization of SQL injection, adding a code in any language and program behavior. You have to understand the backend for that particular purpose. If you don't understand backend language, you don't going to understand any of these. Okay, SQL injection demo. Let's go to our DVWA. I guess the password is, this is the metasploitable. If you don't know how to do it, I'm just using a virtual box for it. And there is the DVWA. I already told you how to do it, and I already give you an idea how to do it. You just go here and just log in here. It was low. Okay, there are two kinds of SQL injection: normal SQL injection and blind SQL injection. I'm going to talk about the blind, but before that, let's just talk about the user, this particular injection attack. So here it is, what I'm seeing, an user ID. Okay, if I just type here 1, it's going to give me an output of it. You can type anything. Okay, let's just type as or something like that. Maybe as, doesn't give it, so it gives an user ID. So ID, most of the times it was in the number system. Let's just 23 doesn't work. 2, 3, yeah, 3 is also an ID. Let's just say 4 also an ID. So there are a lot of IDs here. Okay, and one thing you have to notice is the URL part. Let's just declare my, I'm just open a new leaf pad. Okay, mouse pad, whatever you can say, and in the mouse pad I'm going to copy this. Prerequisite for understanding this, and then prerequisite would be learn a little bit of SQL. Going to help you a lot. If you know SQL, pretty good. If you don't know it, just learn a little bit, understand it. It's going to give you an insight of it. So let's just talk about it. I'm guessing there are a lot of SQL databases, so I'm just guessing it was MySQL. Okay, there are a lot of SQL servers like databases, PostgreSQL. Sorry, there is PostgreSQL. It was a different kind of, there are a lot of different kind of SQL servers, or databases. In different type of databases, there are different type of SQL works. If you are pretty much confused with it, that which should I learn, it was not very hard to determine. It was easy. Okay, just a little bit of normal SQL, MySQL would be better. if you do it, some of the little bit changes was there. Firstly, there is an URL. Let's just understand which kind of request. If you are doing this kind of user ID, you were submitting like one or something like that, what happens was it was a post form. Okay, if you go to the source, use source here, you will see one thing, that it's a post. Where is the submit? It's the get submit. Okay, retrieve data. Here you can see it's the get ID, and it goes to the post or the MySQL server. Okay, so here you can already see the the query which gone there, but we are going to create it on our own. Okay, because on the real case you have to create it on your own. So we are guessing that, let's just say one hyphen, it was give us an error. You have an error in SQL syntax. Check the manual that corresponds to your MySQL server. So you already know that it's MySQL server version of the right syntax to use this at line 1. Definitely we know one thing, that the SQL injection works here, because if we write this hyphen, what it means is that right here there is the input goes like this format. Basically, if you write the query, so it becomes select, or maybe let's just say star from there is, I'm assuming there is a table called users. Okay, from users, where this particular form, or should I say user id equal to, let's just say 4, user id equal to 4. Let's just say this is the this is the SQL query. So when this is the SQL query and I am writing that, maybe let's just say 1, if I say write 1 here, so it gives me this particular output, admin. So when this particular this particular thing works, what happened was it gives us this particular output. Okay, this particular output, this is the SQL query and this is the output. Okay, so what happened when we use this particular thing, which is one hyphen. Okay, what happened is that this particular thing already accepted, but also this thing is became additional, so the error happens because of this particular thing. So if there is no quotation, okay, there is no quotation, then what happened was this kind of thing, if you enter this or this, so directly the value of 1 converted to a string, and it will show it that there is no particular thing, such thing that exists. Okay, like if you do this, let's just see if it gives an error. So there is no error, it accepted as an string. Okay, but when you are doing this, it doesn't accept it as a string. So we understand that the single quotations are used. So the SQL payload of this would be like, let's just see if this particular thing is already as a value, so we already stopped it. Right now if we say or, why I'm using or, because this particular thing might be true or not be true. Okay, if I write like 23, it's not be true, it's a false, because we already wrote here 23, and if it gives us no output. So if we write 23 and we give here a true value, like if you write here true maybe don't work, I don't know. Okay, let's just say 1 equals to 1, which is going to be true always. And if we comment the rest of it, comment the rest of it means this particular thing doesn't exist. Okay, so then the output of it would be false. Right here the output would be like false or true. So we know the OR function, which will be true, and the user ID, when the user ID will be true, or the from the where it will be true, basically this total thing would be this total thing would be true, users true, then we will get all the values of the users table. Okay, so if you write this right here, let's just say 23 or 1 equal to 1, we are going to use hashtag because it's a MySQL. You can see that all the values are going to print it. So we wrote the exact ID or the exact query. Let's just see and recheck it in the source. Not exact, but yeah, they wrote the first name and last name, so there is only this. Okay, there is just this only, so that's why it worked. So this is the SQL query. One thing I can additionally say you that if you use 1 equal to 1 and use dash dash, it also work. Why we use dash dash? It doesn't work maybe on the MySQL part, but mostly works on the other SQL parts. So why use a hashtag? Okay, why use a hashtag? That's a good question. But the reason why we use a hashtag, to avoid this particular error. Okay, when there is this extra thing this is going to cause an error. To avoid that error, we're just going to hashtag it. So it's an easy target. Okay, I want to give you an actual demo of it. So I go to the Portswigger labs. Maybe in the academics, you have to log in and make an account. After that you will go into the academy, and it's definitely is free. Okay, where is it? Latest topics, not latest topic, learning paths. Just say all labs. So I just solved this. It was this was also the same. Okay, what should I solve? Should I solve this or this? I just solved this. Okay, I already solved it. I'm going to solve that particular one. It was actually the same. I'm going to give you an assignment to do that on your own. Okay, that would be really helpful for you to understand it more better. So let's just wait for it a little bit. This video is gonna be very long. So it gave us a shop, and if you go to the lab section's main criteria, so it says that to solve the lab, perform a SQL injection attack that logs in to the application as an administrator user. So you have to log in as an administrator. Okay, so there is a login form right here, and we have to write a query which will go to this particular backend or something like that. All time doesn't have to be, it doesn't need to show on the URL. Like if you write here and if you write a password here or whatever, I'm just writing a demo password, it doesn't need to show here, so it shows me an invalid username. We're going to predict the same. Okay, we are going to predict whatever it is written, whatever the query is. Let's just predict. Okay, so we can select and we can use star, like getting all the values from the, maybe we are assuming there is a table called users, and where the username would be like we already just typed admin, and then there will be add, and then the password would be password. This can be a particular SQL query. So how can we bypass it basically? So the payload can run here and the payload can run here, which we know. What is the thing we know? We know the admin, it was admin. Okay, maybe just type administrator here, administrator, and let's type a little bit of things. Okay, similar answer. So if you write the same thing which we wrote there as well, which was or 1 equal to 1 and dash dash or hashtag, whatever you want to do. Hashtag actually works on maybe MySQL only. Okay, the hyphen works on PostgreSQL and other stuffs. Most of the stuffs actually use the hyphen. Try both of these one time. Okay, so in the select star from users where username admin or 1 equals to 1, what it does, it's actually checks that there is no username for admin. Okay, maybe it's the administrator, I don't know the actual username, but if the admin username is not true, okay, 1 equal to 1 is true. Okay, so otherwise if the admin user is true, so this is actually true, then it goes for the password thing. But it says that 1 equal to 1 is true means, and then the comment section. So basically what it means, that after this there is nothing. So either admin is true or the 1 equal to 1 is true. So if the admin is true and it goes to the other section or finding the password, the or section will always give the true answer. And what happens then, this entire section becomes true. So this entire section becomes true, so the answer becomes true and we successfully logged into the system. Okay, so the question is, what is our payload then? The payload would be admin hyphen or 1 equals to 1 equals to 1 equals to 1, and then would be the dash dash. This would be our payload. What will be the password? Anything. Okay, anything, any password can work. Okay, like there, if you paste this and whatever the password, I'm just randomly typing it. If I say login, I'm going to log in at the administrator, which is the username, and we solve the lab. So this is how the actual SQL injection works. So I'm not going to show you a lot of SQL injection demos right here. Okay, but I'm definitely going to show you after the Comptia Pentest would be end. I'm definitely going to show you that, because yeah, it's a interesting topic. So this is it for today. I'm going to meet you tomorrow again.